About 2 weeks ago, I was talking to David DiFranco on Twitter, also known as the Creative One on YouTube, and you can follow him on Twitter at David DiFranco. Lots of great content and everything. I'm sure most of you guys know who he is. But he also has a Magic Mouse, and I was asking him whether he used a mouse pad or whether he had some sort of protective surface, because the mouse pad I had, it would move around a lot. If you saw my unboxing video of these Fliders, you could see that just by simply using the mouse, not applying any unnecessary pressure, the mouse pad just moved all over my desk, and I found it very annoying to have to keep on having it move, creep over here, then I have to move it back, set my mouse on it. Sometimes I'd even have to hold it here and then use it just so I could have a mouse pad that didn't move, and I got very annoyed. And so I googled it and I found these. They're called Fliders, and as you saw in my unboxing video, they're these little felt pads, and there's adhesive on the back, sort of just like, tape, whatever. They just stick to things, and they go right on the bottom here. As you can see, you won't sort of see, I mean, it's black on black. You can't really tell. If you were to just look at it, you won't even really be able to tell they're there. However, these basically act as a mouse pad wherever you take your mouse. Since they're always attached to your mouse, it prevents damage, and that was my main concern. This is a hardwood desk, and so these are plastic, and I figure, if day after day I'm here scraping it across my desk, eventually those pads will probably wear down, and then, it's a $70 mouse. So I mean, I absolutely love this mouse, so I don't want to see it go. So I found these Fliders, and so this is going to be sort of my review of these. They're just absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I've had them for about 2 weeks. David DiFranco got some too, and so hopefully he'll have unboxing and review up pretty soon. So I've been talking to him about it, and they're just absolutely fantastic, and that's what I'm here to show you guys. So in the package, as you saw in my unboxing, you get just this, some instructions, these little cards to give to your family, friends, loved ones, enemies, pets, random people. And also you get the actual Fliders themselves. Now these are sets of two. These bend. You probably can't see it all that well, but there are two here. Obviously you need two. If you can't really have one on the mouse, it'd be kind of like lopsided. But anyway, so I just want to say that these work absolutely fantastic. The mouse is much quieter. You could probably barely hear that, and before it was just, I had a mouse pad. It's probably just as quiet as they were on the mouse pad, and definitely a lot quieter than just plastic on wood. And also keep in mind that these really do protect your mouse. While these are just very thin little pads, these things really protect your mouse, so you won't get like little scrapes on your desk. I know when I was talking to David DiFranco, his desk would get scratched up. As you can see over here, little things like this. This wasn't from my mouse, obviously. These have just been here over time, just nicks. Very old desk. But, he had just a big area of wear and tear just from using that Magic Mouse, from the plastic scraping it. And so there's many different types of wood. Some get affected easier than others. But my desk was the one eating through my mouse, and I just couldn't have that, so I had to stick with that stupid mouse pad. And as you can see right now, the mouse pad isn't here anymore, and that has to say something. This thing has completely replaced my mouse pad. Mouse pads just feel old school, I guess, compared to using something like this. My mouse pad's here, now my mouse pad's here. Everywhere I take this mouse, I have a mouse pad, and it works so smooth. And that's one of the bigger differences too. It's easier to like fine tune if you're working like in Photoshop or something. You need to have you're zoomed in real far, and you really got to be precise. These help a lot because it keeps the mouse movement, very smooth. And so basically, these are just absolutely great products. If you order them from the website, they have many different types of mice. Like I said, these ones are specially made for the Magic Mouse, but they also have ones just for any mouse. As you saw in my last video, here's my little Microsoft mouse. Actually, I showed you a different mouse in my last video. But for little mice like these are the little pads. No, I don't have Fliders on here. I'm using these as an example. They would just be like little circle feet, like really small little feet. And it probably comes with like 4 or 6 in a pack, so you could put like 2 here, 2 here, or like 3 here, and then 3 here. So you have that same effect. So they do work for pretty much any mouse. They have some just specially designed for the Magic Mouse as well, and they're just like little round things, sort of like maybe even the ones for the Magic or the Mighty Mouse would work for this, but I can't confirm that since I only have the Magic Mouse ones. So I guess that's pretty much it for this video. I definitely have to say these are fantastic products, and these are the ones I had on there 2 weeks ago, and this is probably the only sort of con that I could really think of. Everything else about this product is great, but my house is very dusty. Like, I do think my house is like dustier than most houses. I live next to a busy road, so I don't know if there has to do with, kicking dust in my house all the time or something like, I don't even know. But my house is just extremely dusty, so I find myself having to Swiffer my desk very often, and I think these have kind of taken up that job as far as where my mouse goes, because as you can see, there is a lot of dust trapped in here. However, it really doesn't affect the performance of the mouse at all. It doesn't feel any less smooth than the day I got them, so it's really not a big deal at all. And if anything, it's probably adding some more cushion to these Fliders, so maybe they'll even last longer. I really have no idea. We'll have to see over time. But like I said, I've had these on there for about 2 weeks now, and they're just absolutely great. I haven't even considered taking these off and putting these ones on yet. These will last a long time. So just for $10, you can get 2 of them. I assume these will last at least probably 2 months. They're still in great shape. They still have like a lot of texture on them still. And I use my computer every single day of my life. So this mouse does get used very often. So they're just absolutely great products. So I guess thank you to Fliders for sending me. It was very nice of them. I got these sent to me for review. So I highly recommend you guys, if you're having, as it said on this little card here, like mousepad blues, or I forget any of the other symptoms they had, but if you're suffering from a crappy mousepad, instead of buying another one, look into these Fliders. They really are great products. So just check out Fliders.com. And also I want to say thank you to David DiFranco for hooking me up some of these review samples. Like I said, he got some too, so hopefully we'll see like an unboxing and review from him. But check him out on Twitter at David DiFranco for Twitter, and he's also the Creative One and the Creative One Mobile on YouTube. You can also check out techsocial.com, daviddifran.co. These will all be linked in the description. I've been following him on Twitter, on YouTube, and everything for a long time, so it was very cool to kind of do this with him. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, I'm at CPU Kid on Twitter. This video will also be posted on itechcity.org. You can also follow itechcity.org on Twitter at itechcity, and you can get the latest updates, any cool forum posts, and that's pretty much it. So I guess here's just one last quick look, and I guess one really quick I will point out. That's the color of it with the dust mixed in, and here's the color of them brand new. So as you can see, they have faded a little, but like I said, still working great. So that's just one last look at Fliders. They're $10. I highly recommend you guys check them out if you're sick of your mouse pad or you just want to protect your mouse. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.